Hi, I'm a Blisy.
Hey everybody, so today I got a Wi-Fi battle here. It's a Battlespot doubles match against Takayutsuki, I guess it would be, unless there's a tiny Tsu. I can't read it. Anyway, in this match I'm using a more standard team than the Trick Room team I have. And you didn't get to see much of the team preview, but suffice it to say, he has a Parish Trapping team, right? So he starts off with his Poly Toad and his Hitmontop doing the Carlton there. So I'm trying to think what the best play here is, and I'm afraid of Kangaskhan getting hit by the close combat in any way, shape, or form. So I'm like, okay, well, I think the best option is for Mega Kanga to fake out the Hitmontop, and for Landorus to U-turn the hell out of here because I do not want to potentially take a any water move that Polytoad potentially has. The Hitmontop has the eject button, so I presume he was switching out anyway. But he has the eject button, he goes into Gothitelle, and I'm like, oh no! No, this is so bad. Okay, so my Landorus gets out just fine, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what. So I bring Suicune in because I didn't really have much else I could bring in here that would want to like be able to deal with the Polytoad, and so he goes for the Perish Song, and I have no way out with any of my Pokemon at this point. So all of our Perish accounts fall to 3, and I think, okay, wait, they're gonna double protect, right? They're gonna try and stall as long as they can. And I made a risk here that Gothitelle wouldn't go for the sub, but it doesn't. They both double protect, so I do the Power Up Punch on the onto my own Suicune, which is, I'm a genius. So now my Kangaskhan's at +1, and that was a great outplay. I felt like that's why I wanted to show this battle off. And Suicune goes for Scald, and just in case the Gothitelle didn't sub or did sub, I knew I would have been able to break the sub because of the rain boost. So here +1, I go for a I go for the double edge onto the Gothitelle, and it kills, of course, because Gothitelle is squishy as hell. And then Suicune Scalds. I actually double targeted the Gothitelle again, just in case some crazy stuff happened here where I would have died. So, so the Scald goes towards the Polytoad, just in case I couldn't kill the Gothitelle. And Polytoad and all of our other Parish counts fall to 1 after Polytoad takes a small amount of damage. So he sends in Carlton here, the Hitmontop, and it's like me, Polytoad, and Suicune are gonna have to switch out. None of us are staying in. If he was super duper ballsy, he could have predicted Landorus to come in and just like used a water attack on the Landorus, and maybe, but he wouldn't know which slot Landorus was coming into, so it would have been much too risky, I think. So he just switches Polytoad out. He's gonna go into Pachirisu there, and he's actually gonna forfeit here at the end of this turn. So since this was such a short battle, I'm going to put another guy's battle on for you guys. But I thought this was, I was too proud of my own little power-up punch on my own Suicune play. So here's the second match. Again, it's a more standard team. I love using Suicune. I love Kangaskhan. So this, I want to show this battle off because I'd like if someone could help explain some things to me about this battle here. So you'll see in a minute. So this guy's got also a fairly standard team. A little less so than mine, but like he has very powerful mons. All of them are pretty strong. So he leads with Cresselia and Landorus, and I'm like, okay. So the first thing I think of when I see Cresselia is Trick Room, but it doesn't have to be a Trick Room. Or it could just be it's just a very strong supportive Pokemon overall in doubles. So I think, okay, well, I wanted to, in case he didn't see it coming, I wanted to fake out and Ice Beam the Landorus, see if I could just trap it in there, insta kill Landorus. Apparently it was pretty obvious, so this guy gets his Landorus the hell out of there. I don't think a power-up punch play would have been very good. I should have just double-edged, because, you know what, I knew he was going to switch out a Landorus, and even if he didn't, I would have done massive damage to whatever. So, like, this Charizard would have died if I double-edged. So I don't think the fake out was necessary, so that was a bit of a misplay by my part. So then he Trick Rooms, and I'm like, oh, you know, Charizard's pretty fast, even at the slowest speed, so, okay, whatever. So here I decided, alright, I'm just going to just go for the power-up punch on the Cresselia, get some of my attack back that the Landorus lowered initially, and lowering again, apparently. So then he Mega Evolves the Charizard Y, and so here's what makes sense for me. So the Drought summons, and the Scald's going to do very little to this Charizard Y, as expected, because it's in the sun. So my Suicune goes first. Makes sense. Suicune should be slower than most of these Pokemon here. But then his Charizard goes before my Kangaskhan. So that means Charizard's probably slightly slower than my Kangaskhan is. Which, again, is fine. I get burned. And then I Power-Up Punch. So at this point, to me, Kangaskhan, I don't care about it. Is very weak. So I think the plan here is for me to just double edge everything I come across, and I don't care about what comes in, you know. It doesn't matter. I want Kangaskhan to die. So he sends in the Zapdos, and it's like, why is this guy switching so much? Like, what is he afraid of? Like, I guess he thought the double edge could kill him potentially, or the Suicune could kill him. I don't know. So he sets up this this here, and he predicts the Ice Beam, switches into Cresselia. That's fine. I got a crit, which does no damage, and I double edge the Zapdos, and the Zapdos does not take that well at all. I don't know why he switched into it. Neither one of those are crit, so that's pretty impressive. So that must mean that's an attacking Zapdos. That's what I gather from that. And so the Suicune and the Kangaskhan combo, I'm like, alright, I just think I'll kind of keep it out here. It's kind of working for me. So he switches back into his Landorus. It gets another Intimidate on me, and I really do not care about this Kangaskhan. I want it to die. So I go for the Snarl, and because I figured it'd be slower than the Zapdos, and then I could lower it and Cresselia's special attack. It misses on the Landorus, but that doesn't matter at all, because Snarl isn't really for damage. And then I double edge what would have been the Zapdos again. And I actually get a crit here, which is pretty helpful. That does a lot of damage to that Landorus. And Kangaskhan's getting pretty low at this point. So Cresselia goes for Trick Room again, which is fine. Oh, wait, what? It said the Twisted Dimensions returned to normal. That was interesting. So, does Trick Room reverse the... I don't know, does Trick Room do nothing, or can it turn it back to normal? I wasn't even aware that it could turn it back to normal. I'd never seen that. That actually tripped me up a lot in the battle here, because I saw the Cresselia use Trick Room, and I was like, okay, how could it possibly be fast? Like, there's no way my, the Suicune moved after Landorus in my mind. I actually don't even know why I snarled here. I think I expected the Zapdos to come back in. So here at this point, I was confused as to the fact that the Trick Room worked that way, so I didn't Wide Guard, because I thought my Aegislash would go first. Because I thought I'd be faster. I was like, oh yeah, I'll go first. We'll be able to, and my Suicune will go first, and we'll be able to kill this Landorus. That's not what happened, because the Trick Room switched it back. Like I said, I didn't even know it worked like that. He either switched it back with Trick Room, or he used Trick Room and it doesn't do anything before it doesn't do anything before it runs out. Like, if you use Trick Room before it runs out, it doesn't fail, it just doesn't do anything, but it shows the animation. So that's what led me to believe, like, wait a minute, did he actually make the Trick Room reverse so he could be faster again? That's a very interesting strategy, although I don't know why he would have the Trick Room on this team to begin with, because I don't know. Anyway, he goes into the Zapdos, and I'm expecting him to try and kill my Suicune, and that's fine, because I have some other threats that can come in and take care of the Zapdos. And so Suicune goes down, and I'm really, really hoping my Aegislash can live, whatever this Cresselia wants to throw at me. He goes for the Icy Wind, and luckily, because of the Snarls from Suicune, it actually, like, I think that was 6 or 3 damage. I didn't pay attention to how much health I had, which is fine, because then I go for the Shadow Ball, and it's going to finish off the Cresselia there. So here I am in a position with my Scarf Landorus coming out as my last Pokemon, and I'm thinking, okay, this should be it. I have the Rock Slide. This is fine. I will kill both of them. There's no way they outspeed me. And so I go for the Rock Slide, and the Rock Slide's going to miss on the Charizard, and I was freaking out a little bit. I was like, uh-oh, Drought, Heat Wave. This thing could actually kill both of my Pokemon. However, this Charizard does not carry Heat Wave, apparently, which is pretty sweet for me, because that means he Flamethrowers, and it's just going to only kill my Landorus, and my Aegislash can finish them off. This is interesting. I wanted to show this battle off because it was a cool mechanic about Trick Room that I was actually completely unaware of. So if you guys enjoyed the battle, enjoyed my commentary, I'd appreciate a like, comment, stuff like that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Peace. That's a lot of advancements I do not feel like doing. So we're going to pick a lower frame. I would say 9 is a fine frame with the synchronizing. So I'm going to copy that to the clipboard. You'll see right click it.